Hello, good afternoon. Basically, today we shall be talking about our final project for MMS144, Principles of Multimedia Information Management. For this undertaking, I have chosen to talk about a project which is basically ongoing in our office. For informatively, for the information of the class, I've been working as an insurance loss adjuster, and basically our office functions like a law firm, and each adjuster is considered as an associate or partner, which handles around 100 to 200 cases at a given time. When we repair a case, we are repairing to insurance claim in property and casualty management. When we repair property, we speak of airlines, malls, motor car vehicles, farms, factories, plants, and all others. So, eventually, these properties incurred losses during fires, calamities, and other forms of perils. So, eventually, these properties who have been, which have been insured with insurance companies would from time to time report claims or would undertake insurance claim with the insurance company. As adjusters, we investigate and we appraise the property based on their value, and we determine the compensable amount, the payable amount of the insurance company to the insured property. So on this basis, I am proposing to undertake a database management system based on the cases being handled by adjusters in our office. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen, I shall present my PowerPoint presentation. So here it is, the project is called Case Management System. As I've elucidated before, this is called case management because basically we're dealing here with insurance cases, insurance claims, and property insurance. And I think it is just half for the office, our office, to design a system which will basically expedite the functions of office workers, primarily the adjusters, in handling close to 2,000 cases at any given time of the year. And as I've said, an office personnel who is an adjuster handles around 1,000 to 2,000 cases at any given time. So it is imperative that the office may design and adapt an appropriate case management system for the insurance claim that we handle. Now, as I've said, this is a case management system, and we'll go along with it as the presentation progresses. Now, as a brief backgrounder, as I've said, I've been talking a while ago, we deal with various properties whose owners are claiming for insurance indemnity as far as in as much as they are holders of the insurance policies. Now, the losses ranges from fire, typhoon, and other property damages from acts of God, so losses which are accidental in nature, as well as third property liability losses claims as a result of business operations and premises operation. Now, in a demonstration of what I intend to present, we technically call these cases, or we simply arrange these cases. They're physical folders. But as the technology will afford us to do so, or as the technology will give us much leverage, we can program these cases in a database system by which it could be more efficient and technically efficient to deal or to manage these cases at any given time. Now, as an insurance adjuster, basically we have the following tasks. Number one, investigation as to the cause of loss, whether it be typhoon, fire, or accident. And second, we send usually a letter request to the insured for the documentation of the proof of loss. And third, we render primary preliminary report. Fourth, we render also evaluation report to the insurers. And if the insurers will find our recommended amount of indemnity as reasonable and based on the grounds of the policy, we usually offer the proposed settlement amount for a negotiation, and then we offer the settlement check, and then we generally close the file. So basically, these are the tasks that need to be accomplished for every case. And I think it is necessary for the office to manage this task as well as the cases in a database management system. And that is this, basically that is the rationale why we are proposing this case management system in our office. Now, for the primary data and tables, basically the fields are outlined herein. The ID of the adjuster, the surname, the name, of course the company name, the email address, the initials, his password, he is going to log in with the system, the cell phone, the designation, the immediate supervisor, the team, and the initials. Now, for the primary key and type strings, we're delegating here the adjuster's ID number. The following fields or entries will serve as a type string. Another set of primary data and tables would look like this. One, we have the claim number. These are the claim cases number. This column represents the adjuster's reference number or the case's reference numbers. For instance, a case here was filed for insurance indemnity claim of 15, that represents the year, and this represents the number of case for that year, 432, and the name assured or the name insured or the policy holder is Maybang Philippines. The policy number is COOO5458. The date of loss was 8/28/2014, and the nature of loss is forgery or banker's blanket band. Date assigned to us was 11/30/19. Sorry, this should be 2015, and the notes here or the remarks says that the adjuster in charge of the case is still awaiting for the documentation in proof of loss. So from these fields alone or from these columns alone, any office personnel would know the status of the claim and basically the basic elements, the primary elements of the claim. For instance, in this case, we have the Titan Construction Corporation, Local Water Utilities Administration. This is a performance bond claim, and this is for evaluation of the adjuster. So this is just a sample of primary data and tables of the proposed CMS. A certain adjuster or a single adjuster has around 1,000 cases managing these various insureds. Of course, here we have Philippine Airlines, Incident Transnational Corporations, Davao Doctors Hospital, because that's the nature of our work. We work on a nationwide scale, and we work on every insurance company, as well as we deal with various insured corporations and individuals who are lodging claims, insurance claim for indemnity with their insurance companies. Now, here is another, here are another tables and relationships. If we summarize, for instance, the names of the adjuster, we have here Balila Jacinto, UIT 11007, Expertise Financial Claims Department, Casualty and Miscellaneous, and we have here Pitalber Joanna Marie 10004, Expertise Engineering Claims Department Property. Now, in the relationship of these tables to these tables of cases, to this table of cases, if I would type, for instance, Jacinto Balila, the number of his cases, as well as the important fields will appear. If I will type Pitalber Joanna, similarly, the number of his cases, of her cases, will appear as well. Together with, so as with, of course, Kotoko Ken, Damian Larry, Conanan Sheila. So by just typing alone, the major key, either the number, or if I type Jacinto Balila, the number, the following cases will appear. If I will type financial cases, all the financial cases will appear as well. If I will type, for instance, casualty miscellaneous cases in that department, the cases within that department will appear as well. Or if I will just type, for instance, UIT 05991, Larry Damian will appear together with his cases being handled. So these are the primary tables, just a sample of a primary table and the relationship they have with the other fields, other entities. As you may say, this relationship correlate or these relationships can be one to many, many to one, or many to many. It depends on the queries being interposed in the database management system. So that's why I have been explaining a while ago, unexpected generated result for a case portfolio of Jacinto Balila will appear like this. Now we have here a loss reserve, meaning we have here a column which is dedicated for loss reserves, meaning the prospected claim or value of claim of a certain claim, a certain case. For instance, we have Titan Construction Corporation. The purported loss reserve is around, what's that? 305 million. Or for constructive builders, we have 300,000. So another string, another column here is very important because it would deal, or it would reveal how much is the claim expected or how much the claim has been filed for indemnity. Of course, these items or these values shall be validated through the investigation of the adjusters, through the property appraisal, as well as through the examination of the various documents presented, as well as the examination of the terms and conditions of the insurance policy. Now, in relation to that, other data can be generated upon input. Of course, these are very important to us. One, the number of cases per adjuster. Second, the number of cases per type of claim. If we say that's motor type, motor vehicle claim. If we see it's a claim, financial claim for employees' fidelity and dishonesty acts in banks and other financial institutions, it can be generated as a type of, a certain type of claim. If we see number of marines claim. For instance, we're talking here of losses in marine voyages, airlines, etc., etc. Again, number of cases per insurers can also be generated. For instance, we'll be talking about Malayan Insurance, Federal Phoenix Insurance, Pioneer Insurance, Prudential Guarantee, etc., etc. We handle around 50 insurance companies, local and global. Development of each case can also be generated. For instance, the case is already under negotiation with the insurance claimant, or the case is just for evaluation of the adjuster, or the case is just for investigation of the adjuster. Now, another data which can be generated, of course, is the specific details of the case, like data sign, actionable development, who are the insurers, loss reserve, general development of the case. I should have presented each table, or a table for each of these case, but I think it can be now explained, considering the time constraint as well as the details by which we may go through. If we would present tables for each expected generated input or output for each adjuster and for each case. Now, here is the proposed database on various models, and we intend to figure out how it may intend to look like. On a relational model, of course, this may look like simple, but since this will be backed up with tables and entries, fields, strings, etc., etc., this can be complex on the level of execution. But here we simply put a simplified version of the directional model. Of course, you have the adjuster's data, like what I've showed a while ago: the name of the adjuster, the ID, the etc., etc. And details of the case. We have here, of course, the name of the insured, insurers, date of loss, loss reserve, nature of the claim, whether it's financial claim, casualty claim, motor vehicle claim, etc., etc. And then you have now the case portfolio. If we merge the adjuster's output and the adjuster's identity with the details of the case, you can now have the case portfolio. The case portfolio can be generated or can be looked into within the CMS model as a profile of both the adjusters and that of the cases he or she is handling on for a specific particular type. On the hierarchical model, this is how it is presented. Of course, you have the adjuster's ID and other details, the case portfolio, and the details of the case, or the details of the cases. On the network model, basically it is simply the same. The details of the case, the portfolio, as well as the adjuster's ID and other details. Now, what is our most preferred and most advantageous model from our own perspective? We say it's a relational model. On the ground, data search and retrieval are much more easy, non-complex structure, simple design, and ease in usage, one-to-many, many-to-one, and many-to-many relationship. So, to our view, simplicity is the key why we shall be choosing the relational model over other forms of model. Of course, simple design, easy flow of usage, very minimal learning curve, and other factors have compelled us to choose the relational model over the other. Now, in modifying, deleting, indexing, and searching, of course, this shall all be incorporated in our database management system. We can modify data. In fact, every adjuster can modify data as long as such data conform with the actual development of the case. What is very essential in this part is that the development of the case can be monitored by modifying data as well as deleting those cases which have been already closed or have been already paid by the insurance company. Now, on indexing and searching, on indexing, of course, we have pre-programmed the indexes as well as the search for specific entries and specific fields based on the desired data and functions which we will program in this database undertaking. For failures, we say soft crash, power failure, the OS crash, hardware failure, let's say memory or hard disk, accidental shutdowns, and human errors. These are commonly listed failures in database management. But of course, we have antidotes to these failures. One, of course, anybody can commit and rollback operations, automatic saving features, and data backup on another server. We view data backup on another server as the most important form of antidote against crashes and loss of data. Of course, roll up, automatic savings are basic features in DBMS, but for stakeholders, I think data backup is most important. Now, what are our future plans? Our future plans is that we go with the bandwagon. We shall be incorporating in the future a feature of the database which will enable the adjusters to render report based on a format which shall be designed within the database system. For instance, in this task of the adjusters, letter request, preliminary report, evaluation report, this can be done in a paperless mode by incorporating a certain or dedicating a certain part of the database wherein the adjuster can report to insurers and the insurers can report back to the adjusters based on the system that we intend to design. In other words, we will not be anymore reporting to them on based on paper but based on the internet. It shall be online based and we shall endeavor such to incorporate such feature in the future plan of our database platform. Now, for the program, of course, we have to use the popular MySQL for simple reason that it is, from the point of view of the programmers, more practical, efficient, and encompassing in terms of features and in terms of learning curve, in terms of developing the program. That's all, folks. Thank you very much and have a good day.